Hey everyone, how you doing? I hope you are doing absolutely fine. My name is Namu and you are watching Vocabulary Practice with Namu. In today's video, I am going to tell you how to improve your fluency. So in this video, I am going to give you few tips and also one bonus tip. So without wasting so much time, let's dive into the video. Don't skip the video, watch till the end. In this video, I am going to give you first tip that how to improve your fluency. The first tip is don't afraid to make mistakes. Yeah, you listen right. If you are speaking in English, don't afraid to make mistake while speaking, like your grammar, maybe your grammar mistake, maybe your sentence mistake, but you don't need to afraid of making mistake. That is the only way, that is the first way to improve your fluency, that is the first way to achieve something like English speaking. So don't afraid to make mistakes. Make mistakes can also helpful for you to improve your fluency. Mistakes also help you to improve your fluency and also give you indication that you did something wrong, and the thing you have did wrong, you don't need to do it again. So always remember, don't afraid of making mistake. You just need to practice English speaking. You just need to be fluent in English. You don't need to think about grammar. You don't need to think about any sentence. You just need to think about the way you are speaking. The speaking is the most important factor. When you are speaking again and again, soon you can learn how to improve your grammar. Soon you can learn how to improve your sentence information. So always remember that you don't need to think about making mistake. You just need to do it properly. You just need to practice regularly. You just need to practice English speaking. So don't afraid to making mistake. The second tips I am going to give you, that you have to create a listening and reading habits. Yeah, you always also remember that in previous video I am already told you that you have to create a listening and reading habit. That is really important, because if you are not observing anything, how can you improve yourself? So listening is the most important factor. That also helpful for you to observe something. Observe in English, that also helpful for you to listen in English. That is really helpful to improve your fluency. And reading also give you indication, because when you are reading something, you learn something, your mind can work all over the place. So always remember to try to read a thing that is really in your interest. Means if you like reading a magazine, reading a novel, or reading something that is your liking, always try to read and always try to understand the vocabulary. Always try to understand the meaning, understand the sense what they say. Always try to improve your listening and reading habit. That is also helpful for you to improve your fluency. The third tips I am going to give you, that you don't need to copy others. I can understand, because in initial stage we always inspire from someone. Maybe you are watching any video from YouTube, you really inspire your idol, you really inspire to be like your ideal. So but if you are observing someone, if you are liking someone, the way they speak, the way they pronounce, the way they fluent, you don't need to copy. You just need to observe. You just need to watch the phrases they use. You just need to watch the tenses they use, the way they speaking. But you don't need to copy. You need to be yourself. You just need to practice hard and hard. That is the only way you can improve your fluency. The next tips I am going to give you, that if you really want to understand the how you are speaking, you just need to pick a phone and record your voice. Just need to pick a phone and record your voice, and find that what you did mistake, whatever mistake you have done, Just remember that, try to ignore that mistake when you are record your voice again. Just remember one thing, that is the only way you improve your fluency, because if you are ignoring, if you are avoiding, if you are remove your mistake that you did before, you really have a good speaking skills, you really have a good fluency in English. That is also helpful for you. The next tips I am going to give you, that you just need to practice English speaking. You have to practice, practice, practice. Practice makes a man or woman perfect. So always remember that the only way that you are fluent in English, that is your practice. The way you are practicing, the time you consuming to speak in English, the time you give you yourself to be present when you have time to speak in English. The only way that you improve your fluency, that is the practice. Practice practically. You need to stand in front of the mirror and speak anything you can, anything you read, anything you observe, anything you remember. You don't need to think about any grammar, you don't need to think about any tense. You just need to think about that the way you are speaking. You just need to think about whatever you are speaking. You just need to understand what you are speaking. You are the only critic of yourself. So practice is the only way that you can improve yourself. Practice is the only way that also increase your fluency in English. So always remember that you don't need to think about anything else. And the last tips I am going to give you, that you need to ask a question from yourself. When you think that you don't have anything to speak, you just need to think any question from yourself, that what question you can ask from yourself. Just make a 10 question for yourself, write in a notebook and try to speak answer from those questions that you have in your mind. So always try to make few questions from yourself and try to speak in English with answer. So that is also helpful for you, because that also give you chance to practice in English, that also give you chance to speak in English, that also helpful for you to improve your fluency. That is really important to improve your fluency, and that is really helpful, because I am doing the same. I did this exercise so many times, and that is really helpful for you. Now I am going to give you the bonus tip. The bonus tip as is that I am going to tell you the one exercise, that is word coach game. So many times we don't have any vocabulary knowledge, we don't have any vocabulary. How can we speak, how can we use vocabulary? So in this exercise I am going to tell you, you just need to go in Google and search a word coach game. Now you can see the word coach game. It has few words that you have to select which one is correct. It give you option, so you can select which one is correct. If you are right, you can see the right green tick on that answer, and you can see the explanation, what you right and what you wrong. You can, the word coach game ask you 5 questions and they give you a score, and they also tell you what is the wrong, and they also explain you what is the wrong answer and what is the right answer.